Hello and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the Red Light Truck Series airing on RLN. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson, and with me tonight is Matt Breckel. Tonight we bring you live coverage from Kansas Motor Speedway, where we'll be racing for 80 laps. This will be the fourth race of the 10-week season for the Truck Series, and it's been quite an exciting season so far. We'll pull up the season points for you here. Matt, what do you think so far?
It's a pretty close battle right now. We got Keith Haney in the lead. We got Dustin Lee only 2 points back, and then only 2 points back, and then we have third and fourth place tied.
That's right. And then we also have a tie for fifth between Damon Gilbert and William Kirk. And rounding out your top 10 is Robert Craze, Kevin O'Brien, John Fershing Jr., and Timothy Lewis. Pretty good championship we got going here. 3 different races, 3 different winners. So the guys are out on the track right now getting in their qualifying laps, and pretty soon we'll be gridding up and going green. Just a reminder, these points here will reflect their best 2 out of the 3 races we've done so far. We do have 1 drop week, so whichever the lowest scoring race was, or if somebody missed a race, that gets dropped from the standings. So the points total is from the best 2 races so far. Obviously the wins will all show up though, and we have 3 wins out of 3 races. That's pretty good. And while we're waiting for them, let's have a quick look at what happened last week. We had a crazy finish. We had a 1-lap shootout at the end due to a late race caution. Keith Haney and Sean Butler started in the front. Sean Butler had newer tires, so everybody expected him to make it around Haney, but Haney held on to that low line, did a really good job of it, and you can see them here coming out of turn 2. Now if you look a little bit further to the backfield at position 5, 6, and 7, you can see Dustin Lee eking in there, trying to make it 3 wide, and we can see that did not work out. Lots of crashed vehicles from that. As the leaders come around turns 3 and 4, Sean Butler looks to the outside, almost makes the pass. Keith Haney holds him off and wins by 0.02 seconds, and a lot of other trucks go sliding across the finish line. So pretty wild finish we had there. And a reminder to our viewers, the point standings, the schedule, and more can be found on our website at redlightleague.com. Come check us out. From there you can get links to our YouTube page, our Twitter page, I'm sorry, not Twitter, our Facebook page, and our Twitch page. You can watch the races live on Twitch, and a couple hours after the race is over, they'll be available on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and like our Facebook page. Alright, looks like qualifying is complete, and you can see our qualifying list up there on the right side of your screen. Andrew Williams takes the pole with 30.1 seconds, 30.18 seconds. And the cars are starting to get gridded up. And once they're rolling off, we will go through the grid and read off each driver's name.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Andrew Williams takes the pole there, coming out of nowhere, I would almost say. He didn't have that great of a time in practice.
Yeah, really, that was kind of a sleeper qual, and that is a really good lap. I drove this track a lot on Saturday. We did a practice race, and I could not get down into the point ones. I could hit 30.25-ish, but the top 2, man, those are just incredible laps. And it looks like Dustin Lee, William Kirk, and Teddy Wisniewski did not post qual times. I know Teddy's doing a start and park. I don't know if Dustin Lee and William Kirk maybe got into the wall or just decided not to qualify or what, but pretty good rounded field here, 13 drivers.
I will say that Dustin and Will were the guys with the least amount of practice time. I think Kirk may not even got a single lap in before he was qualifying started.
Yeah, and that might be, they may have decided not to qualify. I wasn't watching, so I'm not sure what they did there. But a good solid field. We like to see about this many drivers in here. And the pace car starts rolling off. Let's go ahead and go through the grid here. On pole position, you have Andrew Williams with his 30.18 second lap time. Second place is Keith Haney.
Row 2, we've got Robert Craze and John Fershing outside.
Row 3, we have Damon Gilbert and Aaron Gabron.
Row 4, we've got Josh Buckley third in points, and just outside of him is Kevin O'Brien.
Next row, we have Tim Lewis and James Haney in the 10th position.
And next row, we have Dustin Lee and William Kirk, the two guys with the least amount of practice time.
And rounding out the field in the 13th place is Teddy Wisniewski. And we are about to go green. Alright, and as they come around and take that first lap, looks like Andrew Williams was able to hold on to that lead position.
Carney outside the wall. That's right.
Looks like he was able to collect that up. Who was that? Looks like that might have been Aaron Gabron. Close battle for second place between Keith Haney and Damon Gilbert. These guys battled a lot last week too. Here they are again. Ooh, Gilbert. Looks like he pushed up the wall a little bit. I don't know if he made contact with the wall, but that definitely cost him a lot of distance. Meanwhile, Dustin Lee and Joshua Buckley, they're pretty close together too. I noticed these drivers are using that high line. I tried that on Saturday night. It really felt good.
Yeah, talking to some of the drivers, running the high line seems the way to go, but you got to be right on point. Any distraction at all, and you're going to hit the wall.
Yep, and you know what? I think our 87 of Keith Haney just did just that. Oh, no!
Yeah.
And, oh, he gets tagged from behind by the 4 of Timothy Lewis, and he goes around. That's going to bring out a caution. Let's go back and watch what happened there. Looked like Keith Haney got into the wall, and Timothy Lewis just wasn't able to get it back down in time. That caught Keith Haney and took him around. Oh, the 84 of Kevin O'Brien got caught up in that as well. Let's go on board with Timothy Lewis here. Let's see what he saw. Yeah, we were just talking about how it's dangerous up on that high side. The wall, you'll stick to it like glue. Yep, and yeah. Timothy Lewis backed it way down, but it just wasn't enough. Wow, tough break for these guys.
Yeah, I was listening to some of the in-car communications. Keith Haney was trying to apologize to those guys, telling him he's sorry about the wall just kind of sucked him in.
All right, looks like all these drivers are going to come down pit road and get fresh tires. And I don't know why Keith Haney's sitting in the pit for so long. He should have a reset, but maybe... I don't know what's going on here. Did we maybe not give them resets?
I'm pretty sure there's 2 resets set up on the race.
That's what I thought, but I'm seeing Haney sitting down there in pit lane and his truck still looks damaged. It's kind of odd.
Well, back up at the front, Andrew Williams and Robert Craze did not pit. They stayed out, and they're going to be 1 and 2 once we restart.
Could be a risky move, or it could pay off. Alright, and just before we switch camera angles there, it looked like those guys that were sitting in pit road were starting to get tires, so their repairs must have been completed. So lights are off on the pace car, and Andrew Williams will bring them around again to start this. Yeah, that outside wall, man, that's dancing with the devil. It's faster and it's tempting, but man, it is dangerous.
Something to keep in mind. Number 15 truck on Firshing. He's got a black flag. He's going to have to serve that after we go green.
Was that a speeding penalty?
That was for passing the pit road entrance with while he had other cars in front or behind him that should have been ahead of him.
Ah, I see. All right, we're getting ready to go green here. Pace car ducks off onto pit road. Still side by side up in the front. Some really close racing. Andrew Williams still strong, leads that first lap again. And Joshua Buckley's going to make the pass on the 00 of Robert Craze. Oh, we got more tapping the wall again. Timothy Lewis is going to look to the inside. He's down on the apron. Let's see if he can get around Robert Craze. And he is going to make that pass. Robert Craze gets into the wall. He is scraping that wall. He collects it up, and now we got a pass for second place here. William Kirk going around 68 at Damon Gilbert.
Man, that wall is dangerous tonight.
Yeah, very dangerous. And it looks like, yeah, Williams not going to be able to make that pass. The outside line is really, really fast, but man, it is just dangerous. And Dustin Lee is going to pass James Haney on the outside. So Andrew Williams, one of our original drivers in the Red Light League, leading every lap so far this race and doing a pretty good job of keeping it out there.
Yeah, those tires weren't so old that they gave up too early.
Yeah, I'm impressed. And now Dustin Lee's going to look to the outside on Timothy Lewis. And here you see the father-son combo of James Haney and Keith Haney. Keith, of course, our winner last week.
And the current points leader as well.
Yeah, that is right. He's a very consistent driver. Good driver, too. I raced with him on Saturday and really enjoyed it. Whoa! William Kirk gets held up. I didn't see what held him up, but Timothy Lewis shot right past him, and it looks like James Haney's going to look to the inside and try and get around him, too. So, Timothy Lewis still holding off this middle pack. Oh, Dustin Lee gets in the wall. Joshua Buckley goes around him. I think that might have slowed down Dustin enough that Tim's going to look to the inside and try and pass him as well. Good pack racing here. This track really does provide some fun racing because the outside lane works so well. The guy on the inside, he can get past him in the turns. As soon as you come out of the turns, the guy on the outside shoots out on the straightaway. So it's a lot of fun to work different lines here and see what you can do.
Yeah, that variable banking really helps out.
Yeah, it sure does. And William Kirk's going to look to the outside of Tim Lewis. He might be able to make this pass since he has the outside line, and it's going to be faster on exit. Let's just hope they can keep it off the wall, because man, that thing is eating up some drivers tonight. Still side by side in turns 1 and 2. I think Kirk's going to get the run here. Yes, he does, and he's going to pass Tim Lewis on the exit of turn 2. And
James Haney looks like he's going to take it to the inside.
Yep. That, I tell you what, it is hard to pass down there. And our leader, Andrew Williams, has built himself up.
Oh, no! William Kirk and Dustin Lee.
Oh, they got together really bad. Wow. Let's have a look at what happened there. Yeah. Looked like Dustin Lee. I don't know if he came up or William Kirk came down. They both went for the same piece of track, that's for sure. Let's look at this from Dustin Lee's point of view. I'm sorry, from William Kirk's point of view.
Ouch.
Yeah, Dustin, I'll tell you what, Dustin Lee's truck is already tore up before this wreck happened. Dustin might have been having a hard time controlling that. That's the only thing I can figure. Yeah, that's not like Dustin to move right up across someone's nose right like that. I think he already had a lot of damage on that truck. Maybe got him a little loose or something, or he pushed up. Wow. Alright, so driver's coming down pit road again.
Andrew Williams decides not to test fate.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be doing it either after 23 laps. I tell you what though, I don't think that they're going to have enough fuel to go to the end here, so even if it does stay green, they may have to pit again. It's going to be close. Alright, so Damon Gilbert moves to the front now.
Yeah, his last pit time was 13.8 seconds, which puts him out ahead of William Kirk.
Yeah, and William Kirk had 15.3 seconds on his pit time. A little bit slow, but he has a fresh, cleaned up truck, and I'm sure he's happy with that. That was a pretty nasty looking wreck.
Alright, Tower just gave the 2 to green signal, so we should be lining up here in a little bit.
Yeah, this the timing of this is really going to play a factor if it stays green. I think when I was running the other night, I was able to get somewhere between 50 and 55 laps on a tank, which puts them just outside of that window.
Fuel mileage at Kansas.
Yeah. I don't know though. I think they're going to have to pit again no matter what, and alright, they're going to come around and the lights are going to go off on the pace car, giving them the 1 to go signal. Kevin O'Brien gets a wave around, so he'll get a lap back.
Yeah, we have 10 cars on the lead lap, and then Kevin O'Brien and Keith Haney are a lap or 2 down, and Teddy Wisniewski is parked for the night.
Yeah, I hate to see our points leader Keith back there 2 laps down. That's tough break, but it's still not over, and there's still opportunities to get back up there and get your laps back.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, if might end up shaking up our points pretty well.
Yeah, it really could. And with our point system the way it is, you know, it's not over till it's over. I mean, anybody can gain a lot of points in one race or lose a lot of points in one race.
The one thing I do like about it is the drop week of just drop your worst race. So if this is the only race he does bad in, then Keith is still in good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, pace car ducks off. We're getting ready to go green. A lot of action up front. The 2 of Joshua Buckley is right on Damon Gilbert again. And the 00 Robert Craze is looking to the inside of Timothy Lewis. Uh-oh, the 55. 55 of James Haney gets loose. That's going to bring out another caution. And Dustin Lee got loose at the same time.
Yeah, I had to look at the replay of that, but looked like it was a self-spin.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. We'll go back and watch the replay. See coming around turns 1 and 2 here. James Haney definitely gets loose. Oh, okay, and then Dustin Lee gets into him. Trucks behind him loosen up a little bit, trying to avoid him. Looks like Keith gets up into the wall. I think Dustin and James are the only ones who got a real bad brunt of that, and I don't even know that Dustin really got it that bad. You know, I was a little afraid of this tonight with this track being as easy to drive as it is. It tempts you to try some things you wouldn't normally try, gives you a little overconfidence.
Isn't that how it always works, though? If you're really worried about the track, like Darlington, then you have less cautions because everybody's so focused on the track. But once you get an easy track like this or Charlotte, there's all kinds of wrecks.
Yeah, that's the way of it. I hope you're right, though. Because next week we do go to Darlington. We'll be 80 laps there, and that is a difficult track. But like you said, people have a stronger respect for it, a stronger fear for it, and tend to not take as many risks, and that can lead to a good, clean race. Yeah, I think the combination of how easy this track is to drive and the temptation to run up against that wall, those two things are what's really causing all these cautions tonight.
Yeah, I will say this is kind of uncharacteristic for the league so far this year. Let's see, the last week we had 3 cautions for only 12 laps.
That's right, and so far we've had 3 cautions on this race. Who knows? Maybe it'll clean up. Maybe we'll keep having trouble. These guys are good drivers. I'm sure that nobody wants to be that guy who brings out the next caution, especially after there's been this many. So I think they're 2 to go, coming around turns 1 and 2 right now. Next time by, the lights will go off on the pace car. They'll get doubled up, and we'll be back to green flag racing. I know these guys are itching to get some green flag laps in, and they just gotta keep their heads straight, not get too frustrated, not get wrapped around the axle, and get it together, and we'll be all good.
Good thing is we got 11 cars back on the lead lap. Only 1 car, 2 laps down, Keith Haney.
That is right. Kevin O'Brien did get back on the lead lap as a result of that caution. He was in the lucky dog spot. So now Keith Haney is probably hoping for a couple more cautions. He is a very, very strong driver. A good, clean driver, too. I really enjoyed racing with him on Saturday night. Alright, so lights are off on the pace car. Drivers are getting doubled up. Looks like William Kirk will be starting them off here from the lead position. And in P2 you have Damon Gilbert. Damon Gilbert, I don't think he pitted this time either, did he?
Looks like, let's see, third. No, I don't believe he did.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't watching close enough. I'm pretty sure none of them really pitted, except for the guys who needed to get repairs. Okay, of course, you know, with a wreck on the start like that or very early on, there's really no need to drop down and get new tires. They haven't worn in yet.
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep my eye on Andrew Williams. He's right in the middle of that pack now after leading the first 22 laps.
Yeah, he is fast tonight. He has our third fastest lap. Pace car ducks off. Tight, close racing up front. Side by side all the way back through P7. Almost took it 3 wide there, it looked like, but the 54 backed out. Very close racing up here between William Kirk and Joshua Buckley. Dangerous stuff up against that wall, though. That if that lead driver gets caught into the wall and gets slowed down, everybody's going to pile right in. And Damon Gilbert's going to look to the inside of Joshua Buckley for that lead spot. It's hard to pass on that inside lane, though.
Will Kirk tagged that wall a little bit, falls back to 5th place.
Yeah, I saw it. He slowed way down. Costs a lot of momentum when you do that. And a little side-by-side action here as the 54 of Andrew Williams crosses over Timothy Lewis and takes that spot from him. That's now 3rd position for Andrew Williams. He's moving on up the field.
Dustin Lee, I think, did a green flag pit stop. He's now 1 lap down. I don't know if that's
yeah, he did. Oh no. William Kirk, what happened there? He almost wrecked. William Kirk just got loose coming out of turn 2 and just about lost it. Good job saving that, William Kirk. And that'll cost him a couple of spots, but hey, he's still got a truck that's intact. That's important. So 3 leaders so far this race. We've had Andrew Williams led 22 laps, Damon Gilbert has led 3, and Joshua Buckley just passed the finish line for the 7th lap lead. It's going to be tough for someone to take that bonus point away from Andrew Williams at this point. If he has 22 of them. Actually, I was wrong on there. We've had 4 leaders. William Kirk has also led 5 laps. And I think they may have gotten sorted out a little bit better than they have been. This could lead to some good green flag racing. The only real battle going on right now is right up front between Joshua Buckley and Damon Gilbert. Looks like William Kirk is continuing to fall back. He's now down in the 9th position. And I think they may just ride in this spot for a little bit. We've just passed the halfway point. We're now starting lap 42. Buckley is protecting that outside line. And from what I learned on Saturday, if you can stay on the outside line and hang on to it, no one can get around you. It looks like they can. You can see right here, Damon Gilbert coming up side by side with him coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch, but you just watch. I bet you Damon Gilbert gets up on the outside line again and shoots right past him. Maybe not, maybe not. I think Gilbert may be able to pull it off. Yep, watch this exit here. Oh, no, 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 they got together. Can they save it? No. Ah, Buckley and Gilbert got together. Oh, no. Yeah, he was sitting out there and got tagged, didn't he?
Yeah, I was hoping those guys coming behind them would be able to avoid it. I guess not.
Yeah, it's tough. Buckley got back out there in the middle of the track, and if you don't get a lockdown in time, it's hard to dodge that. Yeah, I don't want to call or place blame on that one at all. It's, you know, you never know till you watch the replay several times from several different angles. Those guys were racing hard. Oh yeah. Oh, he got tagged twice. And he is smoking, so he may have blown his engine up. Wow. Who was the first car that tagged him right after?
Might have been Kevin O'Brien, maybe? I couldn't tell.
Alright, so lots of trucks coming down pit road getting repaired. That is our 4th caution of the race so far. Let's go back and watch this again. Watch it a couple of times. Wow, that is just a tough break. Those guys are racing hard for the lead, and sometimes that just happens. Go on board with Robert Craze here. See what he saw. Looked like he got caught up in it. You see all the smoke up ahead. It looks like it's going to be clear, so he just stayed in the gas. And then you see Buckley come up across the track, and yep, Robert Craze just caught him with that front left.
It's like Kevin O'Brien stayed out to the lead lap, and now he's heading into pit road.
Well, I'll tell you what, those bonus points are very, very valuable this season because of our points layout. The winner only gets 20 points for winning the race. So if you get 2 bonus points, you know, that's you're 1/10 of the way there just on bonus points. And as a reminder, our bonus point system, you get 3 points for winning the race, you get 1 point for leading a lap, 1 point for leading the most laps, 1 point for qualifying pole, and 1 point for completing 80% of the race, which for this race I believe is 67 laps. So it looks like James Haney is going to wait to get the wave around here as soon as the lights go off on the pace car. That'll put Tim Lewis up in the lead spot for the start.
Actually, that's Keith, so he will. If he takes a wave around, he'll be on the lead lap again.
Ah, you're right. That is Keith. Apologize about that. Yeah, and that will get him back on the lead lap if he gets one more.
There he goes.
Alright, so lights are off on the pace car. Drivers are going to get doubled up.
Yeah, James Haney's still on pit road.
Yeah, he probably used up his resets and is now waiting for a repair, so that's going to cost him a lot of time. Alright, pace car ducks off. Got another car in the wall. 84 Kevin O'Brien. He collects it up though. Nobody else got involved. We stay green. Very close racing up front with 5 or 6 trucks. Got a pack of 4, and then right behind him you got another pack of 4.
Yeah, that second pack of 4 was
What was that, Matt?
Yeah, that second pack of 4 doesn't look like they want to go single file yet. Don't pass for the lead.
Joshua Buckley passes Timothy Lewis on the inside. Can he hang on to that spot? It looks like he's going to get around him. Moves up the track. Now Timothy Lewis is doing a little crossover. Ooh! Thought Timothy Lewis was going to lose it there.
I think he had to check up a little bit and ended up almost getting run in the back.
Meanwhile, we have Andrew Williams and John Fershing side by side right behind them. Oh, Timothy Lewis goes off the track. Everybody's getting caught onto that wall. Man.
Will Kirk. Just like that, Andrew Williams back up to second place.
Amazing. Yeah, you flirt with the wall, man. You're going to get bit. Oh, and we got a spinner, number 5 of Aaron Gabron. He spins coming off turn 4, goes into the grass. Flag stays green. He wasn't in anybody's way, so there was no caution flag. Hopefully he can get up to speed before they can come back around. Let's go back and watch what happened. Looks like Aaron just got loose. He was about the middle of the turn between 3 and 4 and just slid right into the grass. Good job hanging on to it and not coming back up out onto the track, though. That could have been disastrous. And it looks like he's down in the apron now, Aaron Gabron. He might be coming in for pit. Yep. Aaron's going to come in and pit and maybe get some fresh tires. And they've got pretty well sorted out again. Let's just hope they can keep it off of that wall. Like I said, it's tempting to run up there, but I don't think I'd be running up there. I did on Saturday when we were doing our practice race, but I mean, I lost control a couple of times, and I don't think I would be doing that in an actual race.
Yeah, so many people have tapped it.
Yep. And it just, you know, it's like glue. You know, once you touch that wall, it's like there's just this giant magnet just hanging onto the side of your truck. And you don't want to jerk the truck off the wall or you'll go spinning.
Yeah, it looks like the sweet spot, looking at the top two guys, sweet spot's about a half a truck width away from the wall.
Yep. That gives you a little bit of room for error, but still not a whole lot. And I tell you what I was having to do on Saturday is I was just feathering the throttle the whole way around the turn, just kind of giving it little punches. I come off the throttle, punch it, come off, punch it, come off, punch it. Just enough and kind of steer the truck around that turn with the throttle. Very difficult thing to do and very easy to make a mistake, as we've seen so far tonight. So Dustin Lee and the 68 of Damon Gilbert close to each other. Damon Gilbert is 2 laps down though. So while they turn some laps, we'll go through the field here. Up front in first place is Joshua Buckley, and behind him, Andrew Williams. And we got Dustin Lee followed closely behind. Well, you have 68 of Damon Gilbert, followed closely behind by the 51 of Dustin Lee in third place. Fourth place is Robert Craze. Timothy Lewis back in fifth. John Fershing in the sixth spot. Kevin O'Brien, seventh. William Kirk, ninth. First car one lap down is Keith Haney. He is in the lucky dog position, so if another caution comes out with 19 laps left, or in the next 19 laps, he will get back on the lead lap, and I wouldn't put him out as a contender.
Oh, no.
What's that?
I said, oh no, definitely not.
Yeah, he's a good driver. He gets that lap back. Watch out for him. 10th place, we got Damon Gilbert. And 11th is Aaron Gabron. And James Haney and Teddy Wisniewski have taken it behind the wall, and we got a caution. Andrew Williams goes around. Let's have a look at what happens here. He flirting with that wall again. Andrew caught the wall, and I have a feeling he pulled off the wall just a little too hard. Brought him right across the track. Oh, he came across Dustin Lee's nose, almost took him out. I think Dustin Lee got into the wall a little bit too, trying to avoid him. So that will bring out another caution, and that will get Keith Haney back on the lead lap. Since he is in the lucky dog spot. So leaders will come down pit road. Looks like all of them will come down. Actually, did Robert? Yeah, Robert Craze came out. No, actually, I take that back. Robert Craze is still out. So Robert Craze and Damon Gilbert stayed out there.
Yeah, Damon's one lap down, so he's wanting to get a lap back. But Robert did stay out. He's on the lead lap.
That could be interesting. He's going to have, I think they're going to have 13 laps to go when the green flag flies.
And not only that, but he didn't pit the last yellow either, because he's only had 2 pit stops the entire race.
Yeah, that is true. Well, we'll see if the strategy pays off for him. I'm not sure how bad the fall off is on these laps, but
Could be he just stayed out to lead lap, though, because that was his first lap.
oh, you know what? That might be what he's doing, and that'd be a smart move to get that bonus point.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yep, Robert Craze ducks down pit road.
Tim Lewis back up to the lead.
That is correct. I can still remember in our nationwide season that we did earlier this year, Timothy Lewis and I had talked ahead of time and planned to get together during the race at Talladega. I'm sorry, it was Daytona. And my goal for that race was to push him in for a win, and I was able to do that, and that was one of the most exciting races I've ever had. It didn't matter that I didn't win. I made a goal to push him in for the win, and I got to. That was a great feeling, and he was happy too. It was really good. And normally I'm not even a fan of plate track racing. Usually I don't really care for it, but I think that race kind of Show me the light. Alright, so Damon Gilbert gets his wave around, so he'll take off around the field. And lights are off on the pace car. I'm wondering if Tim is going to start on the outside line. I think he is going to, which makes sense because that outside lane is very strong.
Yeah, definitely looks like it's the way to go right now.
Yep, and that is one thing in our league is the whoever's restarting the race in first position, he does get choice of lane. So not many tracks where that's desirable, but it's been very clear tonight that it is desirable, so long as you can stay off of that wall.
Yeah, he's been starting on the inside most of the time, so we'll see how he can handle the outside.
All right, so they're going to come around turn 4, and the pace car is going to duck off onto pit road.
Oh, checkups on the start.
Yeah, that shuffled a lot of drivers around.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional by Tim or not, but he definitely snookered Fershing a little bit there.
Looks like Buckley is able to almost take that spot from Timothy Lewis, but they're hanging on. That 4-pack up front still side by side. And we're almost about, oh no, they're going to go 3 wide down the back stretch with Kevin O'Brien in the middle, Keith Haney on the inside, and William Kirk on the outside, and 3 wide doesn't work. William Kirk gets up into the wall. He's trying to collect it. He's going to come down pit road. I bet you that's going to, he may have got it slowed down in time. 3 wide just does not work on sim racing.
Yeah, it's really hard. Watching the front 4 right now.
Kevin O'Brien and Robert Craze still side by side, fighting for that 6th position. Kevin's going to try to keep up that momentum on the outside and pass Robert Craze here down the backstretch, and it looks like he'll pull that off and does that a couple more times. He may be able to get down in front of Robert Craze. And Kevin O'Brien will make that pass. He is now ahead of Robert Craze. Meanwhile, up front, Andrew Williams is looking at the inside of Joshua Buckley. He's going to try and take that lead spot again. Joshua Buckley has now led 30 laps, which almost guarantees him the extra point for leading the most laps. If Andrew Williams can get around him this time, he'll be able to take that bonus point away, but I don't think he will. Actually, no, it's over now. Joshua Buckley is going to get that extra point for leading the most laps. Andrew Williams got slowed down there. Robert Craze goes high. He gets a little piece of the wall, I think. Not much, just a little scrape. So 7 laps to go. Joshua Buckley has a pretty solid lead, 0.4 seconds ahead of Andrew Williams, but Andrew Williams very, very strong at this track. Let's go on board with Andrew Williams. And it looks like he has a little bit of damage to that front right fender. I see the hood. The hood's pushed up a little bit. And he's flirting with that wall.
Yeah, the lap times are holding steady, 0.2 to 0.3.
And look at this, Keith Haney has made his way back up to the 5th position. He was having a rough start, but he picked it up quite a bit.
That's the kind of points night you need, when something goes your way and you still make something good out of it.
Absolutely. So Andrew Williams trying to hack away at that lead that Joshua Buckley has. He's coming up next to him right now. He's in that spot where he can maybe look to the inside, but the outside lane is so strong. I think he's just going to have to wait and hope that Buckley scrapes the wall and messes up. Kind of hard to get around someone at this track. Keith Haney is right on the 4th position spot, the number 15 truck of John Furshing. Haney's going to try and get another point out of this, and he might be able to pull that off. Go back to our leaders here. Andrew Williams is, oh no!
Oh no!
That's going to bring out a caution, and that's going to cause us to finish under yellow. Is there no caution? Okay, the caution's out now. That's going to cause a finish under yellow, and I think that's going to cause, that's going to give Tim Lewis the win. Not good to see that.
Yeah. I was hoping we could get away without that this time.
Yeah, looks like the 54 Andrew Williams just got into the left rear corner of Joshua Buckley, and that's all it took. When you're in mid-turn like that, there's really no leeway for getting bumped in the side or anything. Ah, what a shame. Let's go on board with Andrew Williams and see what this looked like from his point of view. He gets underneath. He just pushed right up in there. Got into him. They almost recovered, but right there you see Joshua Buckley going around to the side. That's what brought out the caution.
Keith Haney, after going multiple laps down, is going to end up 3rd place.
That is correct, and we will be interviewing Keith Haney tonight. So, here we are at the checkered flag. We've got our winner is Tim Lewis, who, hey, if he's anything like me, I'll take what I can get. I mean, you can't get yourself a win like that if you don't put yourself in position for a win like this. And sometimes sitting in that 3rd spot's the best place on the track to be. So we'll have a look at our results here. After 80 laps, we had, actually my information's wrong here. How many cautions total did we have, Matt?
I've got 7 cautions for in 12 lead changes.
Wow. Not the lead changes is fine, but 7 cautions, not like us at all.
Yeah, that actually is more cautions than we had in the first 3 weeks combined.
Yeah, it really is. So there's your top three. Timothy Lewis brings it in first. John Fershing, a new member, gets second place. Good podium finish. And Keith Haney, through all of that, ends up finishing third. That was a pretty amazing job by Keith Haney. All right, so we're going to bring Tim Lewis down here and have a chat with him and see what he thought. Tim, this is Jeremy Patterson. Tell me about the race.
Oh, I thought it was a fun race. We made some mistakes, had a couple of cautions, but it was some great racing. I thought I made a couple of mistakes and shouldn't have won that race, but I was in the right spot there to take advantage of someone else's misfortune. But probably the best race I've had in a long, long time. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, the racing itself looked really great. Looked like a lot of fun. It was just a lot of cautions, but a lot of good side-by-side action and you know, respectful driving. But it's easy to get aggressive at a track like this, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. And I always say a lot of cautions. I guess it is compared to what we're used to, but I've been in races that was a lot worse. So I didn't mind it too bad, and whatever. I got my second win and first win on since the live broadcasting, so I'll take it. Thank you and Matt for broadcasting.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, sometimes it's easy to think, oh no, I lucked into that one, but hey, you know, you were up there in third, you were waiting. You know, you don't get up there by dragging ass, you know.
That's right. Finally, it seems like I've had a bad luck a lot, so I finally had some of it go my way, so I will take it.
Absolutely.
Well, I wanted to bring up something real quick. You were one of the few guys who was able to make the inside line work and hold off those guys on the outside. A lot of the guys, they could make the outside work, but that was fine, but as soon as they needed to pass somebody, they couldn't do it, but you were able to hold on.
Yeah, I actually, the inside felt way more comfortable to me, but I saw the guys up on the outside driving away from me, so I'd go up there and try it. But then I'd look up and I'd lose 1 or 2 tenths a lap, and so I started going back down there. And I think in 3 and 4, I started trying to run the middle. I could maybe not lose too much, but I was doing all my gaining on the bottom in 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely turned into a race of attrition with everybody hitting the wall every time. So, good on you. Good job, man.
Thank you.
John Fershing, this is Jeremy Patterson. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, Matt's going to interview you here for your second place position. Congratulations on that.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, so this is awesome. This is like the highest you've scored out of the 4 races that we run. How does it feel tonight?
Real good. Real good. I mean, I kind of got lucky to get this spot. I fallen back a little bit when I kind of fell asleep a little bit on the restart. Tim got, I thought was in front of me, and then he dropped back a little bit, so I slowed down, and right as it went green, it was just bad luck. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah,
we were looking at that. I wonder if he was trying to snooker you by slowing down right away and then making you have to brake, but it worked out good for you at the end.
Yeah, not too bad. Unfortunately, it was somebody else's bad luck became my good luck, but yeah, definitely happy with second, and it was a great time.
Sweet, and definitely going to be moving up on the points. So how does that make you feel going to the rest of the season?
Good. I mean, I got to check. I want to look at the rest of the schedule. There's, some tracks I feel confident with. Some tracks like tonight that I haven't even run on yet, so I got to do a lot of practicing. But I'm looking forward to it either way. It's been a lot of fun running with everybody, and I'm getting more comfortable in the truck every week. So.
Nice. That's what we like to hear. All right. Well, congratulations on getting second place, man.
Yeah, thanks to you guys. You're doing an awesome job with the with the broadcast. I love watching it on Tuesday, and thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem.
All right, thanks, John. Congratulations.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Keith Haney, what a comeback, man. Tell us about that.
Man, them were the craziest 20 last laps I've ever been in. I went from being 2 laps down with 20 to go to finishing in third. I'll take this as a win.
Yeah, we were watching you, and when just like you were saying, you were 2 laps down, and we said, don't count him out. He is a good driver. He's going to get his laps back, and he's going to be a contender. Man, you sure were.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate too that I got a 3rd place. I seen Williams get into Buckley, and I know Williams didn't mean to do it. I seen him pull off the track after he wrecked Buckley. I knew he didn't want to take the win. That's really good sportsmanship. But man, like I say, this 3rd place feels like a win for me.
Yeah, that was a great comeback you mounted there. You stuck with it, kept your nose to the grinder, and man, it really paid off. We were worried about how this is going to affect you in points, but I don't think this is going to hurt you. I think this is going to be one of your good keepers.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we appreciate you. I had a blast racing with you on Saturday night. I talked about it over and over during the broadcast here. So much fun racing side by side. We're really lucky to have you in our league. Is there anybody you want to say hi to?
Yeah, man, I'd like to say hi to the new guy, Tim Lewis. Congratulations on his win. He ran a heck of a race. He say he don't deserve to get the win. I'm glad he got it. And I'd like to say hey to my dad, too. He got a blowed-up motor there at, I can't remember what lap it was, but he had a really strong truck, too, it seemed like. This was going to be a good race for him.
Yeah, no, that was fun watching you guys race side by side. Father and son combo. That's really cool. That's really neat to see that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, well, we like doing this, man. We really look forward to all the races with you guys. Me and my dad talked ever since Saturday night about racing with you. You know, you're a heck of a guy. I appreciate you showing up. We had a lot of fun racing with you.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Keith Haney, and congratulations again on your podium finish from way behind.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Jeremy.
All right, and that will about do it for our broadcast. We hope you enjoyed
I have to
watching.
say,
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
I have to say, Jeremy, I don't envy you this week trying to get all those highlights into one little bit for the weekend report. But yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's going to look like a super fast slideshow or something. We had a lot of cautions. But we'll try and get a video out sometime this week and give the drivers something good to look at to remember the race by. As messy as it was, like Tim said, a really fun race. And that's what it's all about. So we had a great time doing this. I think you did, right, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
All right. Well, we will be back next week as the Red Light Truck Series takes on Darlington, the Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame. Call it what you want. It is a hard track to get around and race each other. Cool little piece of trivia people don't know. The reason they call this track the Lady in Black. Do you know why, Matt?
Does it have something to do with that the pond in the egg shape?
No, the egg shape is actually because of a pond that a farmer did not want to give up when they built the track. So they had to kind of build the track around it, and that's how they ended up with the egg shape. The Lady in Black actually comes from the fact that that track, the walls are typically covered with black rubber by the end of the race. So that's why they call it the Lady in Black.
Yeah, so if you thought you saw a lot of cars in the wall tonight, just wait till next week.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a bit more careful next week. This week was sort of easy to get overconfident on. But so anyway, practice starts at 8 o'clock. This is on Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Qualifying is at 8:30. We'll start the broadcast right about 8:30. So if you want to watch us live, start around then, a couple minutes beforehand, just in case. And we should go green right around 8:35.
I definitely want to get a shout out to everybody watching. if you subscribe to us on YouTube, we'll eventually be able to broadcast straight to YouTube and not have to convert over.
Yeah, that is correct. And so we get enough subscribers. Hopefully we get more people. I like the YouTube subscription thing. It works really good. So if you know any drivers, or if you're watching and you are a driver and you'd like to race with us, log on to iRacing.com, go to the leagues section, search for Red Light Racing, and you'll see us there, and click on us and apply, and we'll send you a message and see if we think you're a fit for our league, and we'd like to have you race with us. We're all about good, clean, mature drivers. We don't argue, we don't bicker. So it's a really good, really friendly place to race. All these guys seem to really, really enjoy it week after week, and we love doing this. So that will about wrap it up. Until next week, we will see you later.
Have a good week, everybody.